Hello, Gemini. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aviana. This is Aviana's Ascension, and today we are going to see what messages Spirit has for you. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I know I haven't done a zodiac reading in a while. I was moving, so hopefully you guys like my new little setup. I love my little house. It's like a cute little one-bedroom house, little cottage, so very happy for this new beginning for me. But I hope you guys have been doing well. We are going to see, oh, I like that. We've got creativity coming out here, a little surprise. All right, maybe you guys are being a little more creative, and that can mean, artistically, maybe you like to sing, dance, cook, fashion, decoration, whatever. Feed your creativity right now. And this makes me think of with the orange in the back, makes me think of the sacral chakra, which is our center of creativity in our area. To me, like it's like where you thrive, where you live your best life, all that energy. So if you don't feel creative, or if you're maybe having like a writer's block kind of energy, see if you can do some sacral chakra work. Eat orange foods, certain crystals you can work with, like carnelian, citrine, maybe. I'm feeling red jasper for some of you, even though that's more of a root chakra situation, but root chakra is right below that. So yeah, let's get into it. I like it. All right, but my readings are timeless, so whenever you find this reading is perfect for you. Today is April 9th, I believe, maybe the 10th, I don't really know, somewhere in April. All right, but thank you so much for watching. Greatly appreciate you sharing your time and energy with me. Of course, just take what resonates, leave the rest behind, and make sure you check out your other placements for the most accurate message, okay? All right, Gemini, let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. All right, bottom of the deck, overall energy. I love it. We've got transformation. Beautiful. And I always notice this beautiful butterfly there. Makes me think of the heart chakra, holding it at his heart as well. So you're going through some sort of change. You're being rebirthed. You're being transformed. And that's beautiful, right? This can be, a physical transformation, spiritual, mental. This can be, like I just said, I just moved. Maybe you're moving. All right. But I feel like this has been a long time coming, and it's a beautiful unfolding happening before your eyes. All right, creativity is back, back, back again. Love it. This could really, I feel like you are creating a new life for yourself. And you're doing so in a way that's like, okay, what makes my heart happy? What brings me joy? This person looks kind of young, so it could be like an inner child kind of reawakening here. But I think something very beautiful is happening for you, and it's through your own hands, through your own work. All right, we have Ascension here, my favorite card. Not just because it's Aviana's Ascension, but I just love ascending and I think it's beautiful. Right? So I love this. Okay, this is really good energy. This is good news. Right? An ascension process is never easy, but once you get to the tail end of it, well, I mean, it's a lifelong thing. But once you really realize, okay, all of that crumbling down had to happen so that way I could build this beautiful new life for myself. So I could get rid of outdated beliefs and narratives. And like all the chakras are lit up. So yeah, definitely keep working on your chakras. Keep focusing on the future, on not just the future, but the energy you want to feel in this present moment. And recognize that you do create your own reality. So if there's something that's not working for you or something that you want more of, co-create that with the universe. I love it. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. All right, messages for Gemini, most important. Please and thank you, Spirit. What does Gemini need to know? What is coming Gemini's way? All right, let's see what we got. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, let's get into it for real. So I'm gonna start with innocence here because I'm just noticing again, this is like a young energy, another butterfly bird situation. So I definitely feel like this is a lot to do with connecting with your inner child, with looking at things from a new perspective as well. Okay, I feel like this is a time for you to have fun, to really enjoy your life, to enjoy just where you're going. And I don't know, like it just feels very light. It feels free. It feels fun. And if you're not feeling that yet, know that all the trials and tribulations you may be going through are leading you to this, okay? Definitely do some work with your inner child. Tap into those habits and hobbies that you used to love to do when you were little, and just have fun with your day-to-day life. I'm learning that for myself right now too. Instead of focusing on like, okay, what's the next step? What's the next step? I'm really grounding myself in the present and recognizing, everything will come as it's meant to. And I'm just here to enjoy life, to experience this and have fun, you know? Kind of helps living in America because it feels like everything's kind of falling apart. So it kind of gives me more of a reason to be like, let's just do what I really feel like doing. Let's do what feels good for me. And I'll worry about the future when I get there, you know? All right. With direction here, it's all about where do you want to go. I really do feel like there has been a big clearing and now you're just ready to plant your seeds. You're ready to decide, okay, this is what I'm going to make of whatever situation. This is what I'm going to do in the future. This is where I'm heading. And it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. With purpose and self-belief, I'm telling you, you're unstoppable, Gemini. You really, really are. Okay, there's nothing that can hold you back unless you let it. Okay? And that's why the innocence is there, because I also think of children, they're very, very brave, You see children, they run across the street without looking, and that's because there's no fear there. Climbing trees, breaking arms, all this crazy stuff, And Spirit is saying, retain that energy and allow yourself to move in whatever direction, go towards whatever you want, because you can do anything you want. So believe in yourself. Beautiful. I love this. Very refreshing energy. Very beautiful. I'm going to try to change. Let's see. I feel like this is very dark. Yeah, let's see if that's better. Let's see. Not really, but whatever. All right. We're going to keep it moving and grooving. All right, we're going to get the Angel Answers Oracle deck here, and I'm going to clarify these messages with the tarot. So let's see what is going on for Gemini. What does Gemini need to know? Please and thank you. If there's like a particular archangel or spirit guide or passed on loved one that you like to work with, I definitely encourage you guys to call them in, with just because we have so many angel oracle decks today. So I just think that'd be a fun little addition there. All right, messages for Gemini. Please and thank you. Most important. What does Gemini need to know? Oh, romance kind of wanted to come up there. So maybe there's some new love on the horizon, the deepening of a current connection. All right, let's see. All right, bottom of your deck, Gemini, we have take action. Beautiful. Exactly. Spirit is totally giving you a green light, saying nothing can hold you back if you don't let it. All right? So stay in your power, stay in belief. And I like that it's like a unicorn, which again kind of goes back to that inner child stuff. Like, just believe in the magic right now. Okay? We have unlikely, we have communicate clearly, there's something better. Let go. You're ready. Okay, and then we have a year from now. So it feels like, right now they're saying it's time to move forward with something. And in order to do that, you need to let go of something else. All right? There's something better for you somewhere else. Be brave and allow yourself to go towards that. And communicate clearly, right? Closed mouths don't get fed. So if there's something that you're needing or something that's not working out for you, you gotta be honest. And it's not to say to communicate in a way that's like blaming anybody, pointing fingers, but it's just saying you're accountable for your well-being, for your energy. So if you're in a situation where you're not feeling good, just communicate that and move forward, All right, let's see what's going on for Gemini. Please and thank you. Ooh. Gorgeous. All right, so we have no need to worry. I love that, letting you know that everything will be okay for you, Gemini. Because, yeah, like I said, there's definitely a big kind of like, I feel like a realization maybe. I think it's something you've already realized though, but I think you're finally taking action on something. And it was maybe a situation where there was maybe a lot of back and forth, and you were just like, I don't know if this makes sense, if I should do this. But it's time to go towards something. And see, Spirit is saying yes about something here. Beautiful. And see, I'm noticing just lots of birds, lots of butterflies for you. So it's time to spread your wings and fly. And then it's up to you. I love it. Again, Spirit is really acknowledging, pushing the point that you have so much autonomy over the situation. You have so much control over your life, over your reality. So do something about it. Co-create something that's beautiful for you. And don't let fear, don't let other people, anything like that hold you back. Okay? All right, we're going to get into the tarot though and just get more clarity on this. All right. Thank you so much, Spirit, for these messages for Gemini. Let's get some more clarity here, more guidance, more specific details with what this is concerning for Gemini, please and thank you. And Gemini, if this is resonating for you, let me know with a like, a comment. I always like to hear from you guys and hear what you're going through. All right, messages for Gemini. Let's see what we got. All right. Yeah, bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands. So yeah, I just wish this was just not so dark. I don't know. It's just going to be dark. All right, anywho, with the Nine of Wands, this is Spirit acknowledging that, yeah, you've definitely been through a lot here. You've been through some ups and downs. You've had to be very protective, defensive of your energy. The Spirit is proud of you because you've never given up with the King of Wands here. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries energy. You're someone who's not going to give up easily. You're very adaptable. You know how to make the most out of any situation. Very creative. So use those skills to create a beautiful life for yourself. Not just to protect your energy or to get yourself out of sticky situations, but to use that resilience, that drive to create something beautiful. Because it's your time to shine, Gemini. I definitely feel like in your past readings, there's been so much ups and downs and hurdles and just all this stuff, but it's time for you to have a good time, a good life, ease and peace. They're the Four of Wands, the Knight of Swords, Seven of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like you may be taking a break from family, social settings, things like that. I think you're going to be focusing a lot on yourself, spending time alone, protecting your energy, because I feel that you have a lot of ambition, you have a lot of drive. And the Knight of Swords, that's your energy, Gemini, along with Aquarius and Libra. And the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight because he follows his truth. He follows his morals. So it's kind of like whenever you're fighting for something you truly believe in, you're not going to falter or step aside just because of fear or because someone else wants you to. So hold on to that energy and just keep going towards what you want to go towards. Again, another bird, lots of birds. If you guys have been seeing birds a lot, let's talk about it. What kind of birds? Crows? Ravens? All right, let's see. So let's get into no need to worry. Tell me more about that for Gemini, please and thank you. No need to worry. I love it. Look, you got the Six of Wands, you got the Death card, the Queen of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Emperor, and the Empress. Ooh. Okay. So this could involve a relationship, a divine pair for some of you guys, or this is you just tapping into your masculine and feminine energy, knowing when to listen to your intuition, knowing when to take action, knowing when to fall back, allow yourself to receive, and knowing when to problem solve on your own. You know what I mean? But yeah, there was just a lot of burden here, a lot of heaviness. Okay? There was too much put on your plate, too much expectation, right? And so with the death card, rebirth, which that's why I love this deck so much because they have rebirth on there. It's so good. This is a time for you to have a new beginning. And what's beautiful about the death card is it talks about, you can't have new beginnings without endings, right? So know that even though it may be uncomfortable or hard with the Queen of Cups, Six of Wands, you're going to receive success from this. Everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be okay. Just allow yourself to meditate, allow yourself to surrender, spend time with your emotions, but don't drown in them, all right? And know that if you're struggling with an ending, it just shows how much love was there. But you can't let your emotions keep you stuck, right? Because something's gonna work out here. It's gonna be very beautiful. All right, so let's see. We have the King of Pentacles, the Sun card, and Temperance. Okay, with no need to worry, King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, the Sun is Leo energy. So they're letting you know when it comes to your happiness, when it comes to your abundance, your security, your stability, when it comes to your wisdom, there is no need to worry. Whatever you're going towards, whatever risk you feel like you're having to take, do it. Because it's going to work out. The sun is going to shine on you. You're going to learn so much. And it's going to be beautiful. And it feels like the upgrade of a lifetime. So don't hold yourself back, Gemini. Please. All right, we have Temperance here, the Three of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Two of Swords. Okay, so with the Three of Cups, this could involve friends, family, people you're close to, people you've been around for a long time. But I feel like with the Four of Cups, Two of Swords, it's time for you to kind of pull your energy back a bit. Because both of these cards talk about, not really seeing something for what it is, feeling guarded, feeling blocked, right? And I feel like it's not to point fingers at people, right? Because that's not what we're doing. But I feel like there may be people you've outgrown. There may be certain situations that just don't serve you anymore. So just pull your energy back. I feel like you're trying to justify something and it's making you kind of go back and forth and all over the place in your mind, and it's just not serving you. So pull back for a second. It doesn't mean that you won't come back together, but I think right now you need a break. Okay? And with Temperance here, Sagittarius energy, they're letting you know that this is something that will lead to peace, balance, and harmony. Okay? This is a great life lesson for you, showing you that you can bet on yourself. You can believe in yourself, trust your intuition, and know that experience is the greatest teacher, right? Say these are friends that maybe just aren't treating you well, or maybe you just feel like you're compromising a lot of yourself to show up for them in ways that don't make sense for you. Being around people that you're not in alignment with is a beautiful experience because it helps you go towards those that you are. And it helps you learn more about yourself, about what you need in relationships, what you don't want, how you prefer to show up, and what you don't want to do. So take the lessons as it is and know that you're going to move towards a lot of happiness, a lot of peace, a lot of security and stability. That's not in question with this situation. Okay? Beautiful. All right, your next card is Yes. All right, so I love it. Let me just fix. There we go. All right, beautiful. And now I feel this is blurry. Y'all, I just do this on my phone, so it's kind of a mess sometimes. All right, whatever. Okay. Yes, let's see. All right, tell me more about yes for Gemini. What are we saying yes to? Yes, yes, yes. See, with the Page of Swords here, you're definitely wanting to branch out into something new. Again, with the birds, it's time to see something from a bird's eye view. All right. So, what does that mean? Like, zoom out on the situation. Don't just worry about your feelings, someone else's feelings, but think about everything as a whole. You know what I mean? Because it's like if you're trying to hold yourself back to, make someone else's life easier, then, in the long run, you're making their life harder because then they don't know how to, be self sufficient, right? And you don't want to do that. It's time to believe in yourself and take that leap of faith. Go towards a new beginning. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. All right, so we have the Ace of Wands, the King of Cups. It's time for a new beginning, Gemini. All right. The King of Cups, you got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy there. And you already had the Queen of Cups. So they're really saying, like, yes, it's an emotional time, but you cannot let your emotions get the best of you. The King of Cups is the best at kind of navigating his emotions. And it's not to say that you like feel something and then like push it away. It's the fact of you can be in the midst of those emotions, those experiences, and not let them get the best of you, not give your power away to them. All right. So, what I do in those moments where I feel like my thoughts are getting the best of me or a situation is just very emotional and very uncomfortable for me, I feel my feelings and then I close my eyes and I imagine myself in that moment. I literally see myself, like, say it's right here in this moment. I see myself in my chair at my desk with the cards, with the ring light, all that stuff. Okay. And then I imagine myself watching myself, right? And I just watch. I experience the emotions. And that's what it's about. It's about allowing yourself to experience it without giving your power away, right? Because these emotions aren't bad. Not at all. They're beautiful and they help guide us. They help us go towards what is right for us and, leave what isn't. So appreciate that guidance, just like you appreciate your intuition, just like you appreciate having a GPS system, you know? All these things are tools to help us go towards what's right for us. So there's no need to drown in what's going on because nothing is forever and we can't freak out whenever one chapter is meant to close, All right, we've got the Tower, we've got the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Four of Pentacles. Yeah. So this definitely has to do with someone you're close to with the Two of Cups. It could be a romantic situation. It could be a friend, family member, just someone that is very, very close to you, which makes sense, right? Like I said, there's not going to be a lot of emotion, a lot of ooh back and forth if it's not someone you care about. You know what I mean? So, that's why you have to appreciate the time you had together. You have to have that love and that appreciation, but don't let that hold you back, right? Because we have the Six of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. I don't know if this was necessarily a fair situation, right? I feel like you were looking for equal give and take, but somebody, and it could be you, was, holding back a bit, right? Or maybe you were the one pouring out, but not receiving enough in return. You don't have to keep yourself stuck in these unfair situations just because there's a lot of love or a lot of memory and time with somebody. Because they're letting you know with the Tower, this is not sustainable, right? This is something that, again, with the butterflies, it's time for you to get up and go, girl. It's time for you to get up and go. All right? But yeah, it's not sustainable when you give, and never receive anything in return. You know what I mean? It's like if we, we're doing that with the earth. If we just take all the resources, the earth is like, okay, well, like you can't dig up a bunch of trees and not plant more, right? That's not sustainable because we need oxygen more than trees, more than the earth needs us. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, something's got to give. All right. Let's see about it's up to you. Tell me more about it's up to you for Gemini, please and thank you. Yeah, you got to protect your energy from somebody or a group of people that you've been very, very close to. And it's not to say that these are bad people. I don't get the energy of someone being malicious intentionally or anything like that. We haven't seen the 7 of Swords or anything of that nature. But I do feel that it's just not in alignment for you anymore. Like the party's over kind of thing. Right? And with the 7 of Wands, 9 of Wands, you have to be accountable for protecting your own energy, for advocating for your needs. You can't expect other people to do that for you. And it shouldn't be such a dilemma to be able to stand up for yourself and do what's right for you. You know what I mean? Because if you don't advocate for yourself, who else will? All right, we have the 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune here. Spirit knows that you're at a crossroads, right? And we saw the 2 of Swords already there too. Spirit knows this is a lot on you. But they're saying you're the only one who can make this decision, though. Right? With the Wheel of Fortune and the number 10, 10 represents things coming to a close. But with the Wheel of Fortune, I definitely think that it's time for you to move on from a situation. Okay? And the Wheel of Fortune is beautiful because it talks about fate and destiny. There's nothing that you could have done or anyone else could have done to avoid this ending. So take that burden and that guilt off of you. Right? And just ask yourself, what brings me fulfillment? What makes me happy? What fills my cup? And if that means I got to walk away from some things, then that's what that means. Right? You can't stay somewhere just for the comfort of it, because that's not fair to do to yourself or anyone else. So allow yourself to be honest and move towards the new things that you want to move towards. And look, we have peaceful resolution opportunity, right? Everything's going to be fine. I don't think this is going to end in a huge fight or anything like that. I feel everyone's going to be understanding of everybody's needs, and that's beautiful. Sometimes it's easier when it's a big fight, though, because then it's like, okay, because of this, I had to let something go. But sometimes people just aren't meant to be in each other's lives forever. And it doesn't mean that you won't come back around, maybe at a later time in life. But right now, you just need to focus on you. All right. We're going to close this out with some self-care messages for you, Gemini, and then that'll be that. Thank you guys so much for watching. And definitely subscribe to the channel if you are picking up what I'm putting down. And share this message with a fellow Gemini. And don't forget to check out your other placements for the most accurate message, okay? All right, some self-care messages for Gemini, please and thank you. Self-care guidance for this moment. Beautiful. All right, gorgeous. So, okay. With number 19, sleep, I think you definitely need to rest. You need to relax your mind, relax your body. And 1 and 9 makes 10. So they're letting you know, like, yes, this is a big ending, a big chapter closing for you. So nurture yourself as much as you can because it's a big change. We have number 40, laugh. Absolutely. Just because you're going through a hard time or a dilemma doesn't mean it has to encompass every single thought and waking moment. So spend time with those that do make you laugh. Watch your favorite shows, movies, whatever you want to do to make yourself lighter. Okay? And last card here, number 15, daydream. So yeah, it's time for you to really fantasize and be delusional and creative about what you want this next chapter to look like, what you want your present energy to feel like every day that you get up and move around. I want you to get clear on that. Make a mood board, do a Pinterest board, write a list of the qualities that you want in your life. And whenever you do that, it just makes it easier moving forward from certain things because you're already clear on what is in alignment for you. So whenever you have to leave things that aren't in alignment, it's not like pulling teeth. You know, you already are clear from the jump what's right for you and what's not. So there's no need to feel guilty about that. Beautiful. All right, Gemini, that is your reading. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys would like more content, I've got all of my social media linked down below in the description box. I also have my website there if you want to book a reading or book a ceremony or anything like that. I also have a newsletter you can sign up for. It's a great way to get exclusive content, wellness guidance, things like that, discounts, coupons, all that good stuff. So check it out. But that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.